book nerds, what is up? My name is Sydney. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are so glad you are here. If you like what you see, if you enjoy the content, if you want to see more content from me, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. I am super excited to be here with you today. It is January 1st as I'm recording this of 2025, and we have new book goals. I'm so excited. So to jump off this year, I am going to go ahead and insert a quick bookcase tour of my main bookcase so that you can kind of see what I am working with, where I'm coming from, and kind of how my organization goes. So without further ado, here is my bookcase. All right, bookshelf tour time. So you have these two shelves are books that I have read and am keeping and absolutely love. So got the thriller genre, and then I have everything else grouped by author and series, like My Good God to Murder together, but with the other Holly Jacksons, my Freida McFadden's, my ACOTAR, my Throne of Glass are right next to it. Then you have the other ones. So like when Rebel Witch comes out, I will just slide these over and put it next to it. When I finish Heir of Fire, I'll put it in there. If you have not read these two books, what are you doing with your life? I expected better from you. Okay. Then you have these two shelves. These two shelves are the books of my TBR, have not physically read yet, that I am going to pick from first this year as I read them. This is not cumulative because I also have some books I'm probably going to put on the second shelf when they come in, as they come in from my pre-orders. And then of course there's the Heir of Fire and the Coworker, which are the ones I'm currently reading right now. So these are the books I'm going to pull from first on my TBR. So it's like I've got the According to Bristol Keats, Beach Read, Local Woman Missing, William, Dragon Rider, those kinds of things. But also to note, a lot of these books that are on here, either I know I have a sequel coming, like The Wren of the Holly Library, A Study in Drowning, those kinds of things. I have a sequel coming. So I would intentionally put them on here so I can have them read before the sequel gets here. And then, or they're the sequels of books I've already read and have not finished the series yet. I also want to finish my series that I've started. So like I've read A Broken Blade, so I want to read these two. I've read A Door in the Dark, so I need to read A Whisper in the Walls, that kind of thing. And then these are the other two. And I also really want to read The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I've never read those because I was not a big reader as a child. So I want to read those and get those out of the way as well. And then you have the bottom two shelves, which are the rest of my TBR of books that I want to read but are not on the top of my priority list with the rest of these for this year. This book is probably giving me the most anxiety because I know it's going to rip my heart out and shred it to pieces when I read it. And also it's just so big. It's 20 pages shy of being 1,000 pages. So SJM, why couldn't you have just made it 1,000 pages at that point so that we could all say we read a 1,000-page book? But that is my bookshelf tour, and I just love it so much. I can't wait till we buy a house. I can do like built-ins. I can get my rolling ladder. So excited. All right, awesome. So now that you kind of know how I have it organized, where I have my thrillers and mysteries, and then I have everything else, but I also organize it by author and series. And then I have my have-reads, my active TBR, and then my if I have time TBR. Now you kind of will have that precursor into where we're going for the year. So let's jump right on in to the main goals for 2025 that I have. So my first big goal is, unless I've already pre-ordered it or it is the next in a series, I am not buying any new books this year. I have so many books on my physical TBR, easily 100. I did not count all of them, but based on what my quick guesstimation, easily 100 books that I have not read, that I own. I need to get through them, and I need to read them. So my husband and I made a deal that if I read a book, like The Serpents and the Wings of Night, and I love it and I'm ready for the next book in that series, I can buy the next book in that series. But I'm not going to just go to the bookstore and buy a bunch of random books. I'm going to get through these. And I have prioritized them based on books I'm either in the middle of the series of that I've been wanting to read and just have been putting off, that kind of thing. So that is where we are at. That is my big goal. It's going to help financially. It'll help with the overwhelm. It'll make my shelves at the top of the books that I have finished more full and make me very happy and very satisfied. And, you know, when you check things off of your list, it's very satisfying. So that's kind of where we are with that one. So super excited about that goal. Going to be very difficult because I love going book shopping with all of my friends. But I'll be good. I might buy some bookish merch, but I will not buy any books unless it's the next in a series. Of course, the books that are already on pre-order that I've basically prepaid for, those are still coming in. I do not have to cancel any of those, and they'll trickle in throughout the year. So that's kind of how I am running my TBR. So to help set that goal, my 2025 Fable reading goal, because I did switch from Goodreads to Fable this year. My Fable reading goal is 60 books. So last year I read 41, and that was starting end of February, beginning of March. I read 41 books. This year I want to read 60, which will clear out a lot of my physical TBR. I'm super excited about it. So how am I going to read 60 books? I've never read more than the 41 books that I read last year. So, which is crazy because last year was literally yesterday, and I finished one book yesterday, which is how I have 41. How am I going to do that? So I'm going to do it in 2 different ways. One, audiobooks. Hill I will die on. Audiobooks count as reading, so I will listen to audiobooks. I use Libby because it's free and I have a library card. So I will use Libby to get audiobooks and listen to the books that I want to listen to. So like right now I'm really into listening to thrillers. So I listened to The Inmate yesterday. I'm listening to The Coworker right now, and I'm super excited about it. So I am hoping to finish this probably in the next couple of days. And then that's what I'm going to use Libby for, is audiobooks. And then I'm also not going to be afraid to DNF books. If I am reading a book and I do not like it, I'm not going to keep reading it. If it's one of those where I'm like reading it and I'm like, okay, this is not my vibe right now, but it might be in a couple of months, I will just bookmark the page, hold on to it, and come back. But there are a lot of books that I'm like starting to read. I'm like, this is just not my vibe. I'll just go ahead and DNF the book completely. And that way I don't end up in a reading slump where I just don't want to read it anymore. Because it's not fun if you're reading something you don't like. It's not fun. Kind of like if you're playing a sport you're not interested in, it's not fun. So, same thing with books. I'm going to DNF any book that I'm not a fan of. I am going to listen to audiobooks, and that is how I'm going to reach my goal and get through a lot of my TBR. I'm super excited about that. So, those are the 2 main ways that I'm going to hit my reading goal this year and clean up my physical TBR. So I'm super stoked about it. Then I'm also going to consistently post bookish content. And by that, the reason I've started getting into it is my husband encouraged me. I was watching videos and he's like, you could do that. And then I was talking to my bestie about it today when we were at the gym because it was a cardio day. So we were both just walking on the treadmill, living our best lives. And she was super excited, started spitballing all these ideas. She's like, you can definitely do this. Like, you need to do it. And I was like, yes, ma'am. And so here I am, because I've always wanted to do my own thing, but I never knew what it would be. And so here we are. I'm going to give this a fair shot all year. Hopefully the channel will grow and become something bigger than I could ever imagine. That is my prayer for this channel. But I'm super excited. I'm going to consistently post bookish content. I might start adding to Instagram and TikTok as well under the same handle at Hey Book Nerds. So if you need to find me, you can find me there. I'm going to do some work to clean up those channels so that you see the content that you are going to come to expect from my channel on those outlets as well. So if you look at them like at the date of this posts, you're probably not going to see what you expect, but I'm going to work on it and try to clean it up as much as possible. So super excited about all of that. And I don't know, I'm just super excited for 2024 and what this year has in store. There's a lot of amazing things that are going to be coming down that are, a lot of them are going to be changes. I don't know, I just have a really good feeling about this year. I feel like this is going to be a really, really good year for a lot of people. I'm super excited about it. So, like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment of some content that you would want to see or what your favorite part of this video was, or even if it's just a little book emoji. Yeah, I'm super excited to go on this journey with you. I'm so thankful that you are here and that this landed across your page. I can't wait to get to know you and just know that you are loved, you are valued, and you are wanted. You are needed. This world needs you. There's only one of you. Okay? Like, it's incredible. Like, you are so wanted, you are so loved, and you are so cared for beyond what you even know. And this is going to be a year of amazing books and amazing adventures. And yeah, 2025 is going to be phenomenal. I'm personally trying to enjoy as much of 2025 as possible because it's my last full year in my 20s. I will be 29. I'm turning 29 this year. And so next year, I will be starting to go into my 30s era. And I'm super excited to end my 20s super strong. And yeah, life is just, it's going to be a great year. I know that. I feel that in my spirit. And I'm super excited to take y'all along the journey with me and with my little family. And we will be back soon. My plan for my next video is to finish Heir of Fire and do a first half of Throne of Glass spoiler-free recap video. So, super excited about that. Again, like, comment, subscribe, do all of the YouTube-y things, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye, book nerds. Have a great rest of your day, and a Happy New Year.